Yeah, it's me, the master of the Tornado DDT, Fuego Del Sol, and you are watching and listening to the 3 Count Podcast.
Welcome everybody to another great edition of the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and I'm that guy. I'm that guy that's going to lead you on the expedition today. But it's not about me. This is Now Entering the Ring, which means that we have a special guest for you. And this special guest, you can find him at MLW, you can find him at GCW, PPW, Independent Wrestling Expo, Action, OWA, AAW, KFW, and so many more. He is your PPW champion, your former MLW middleweight champion, AAW tag team champion, and your United Glory champion. He is the hot fire. He's the young goat. Give it up for Myron Reed.
Hey man, thanks for having me on, dude. You should be a ring announcer, man. You killed it. Said a ring announcer part time.
Yeah, you know what? I may look into this. I may look into this now and see if that's a thing. Yo, first thing though,
I'll
man.
put a mask on and do the ring announcing.
So many people will be like,
yeah.
I think I know that voice. But man, thank you for coming on the show, man. First,
Man, thanks for having me, dude. This is dope.
bet, man. I appreciate it, man. So we're gonna jump right into it, man. This is how it works. I have a bunch of questions. I'm just gonna ask you right off the jump, and then after all of our heavy hitting questions,
Perfect.
we have what's called the 3 Count Podcast 10 count questions. And when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But the first question I have for you, man, is who is Myron Reed?
Shit, who's Myron Reed? 24-year-old professional wrestler. Dad, big brother, son, young goat, hot fire. I'm a lot of different things, man. You know, it's just whatever element you catch me in. If it's in the ring, you know, the young goat, hot fire, the fireman. If it's outside of the ring, dad, brother, sister, or brother, son, sister, dumbass, son. You know, a cool one, man. I'm a cool one, bro. I don't, you know, I don't. I'm feeling this lagging a little bit.
Yeah. Now we're back.
Okay. Did you hear what I said, or you want me to repeat that?
Well, I got all to the part where you were like, you know, I'm a dad, and then like outside of that, just kind of like broke.
Yeah, and obviously in the ring though, yeah, the young goat, hot fire, the fireman, one of the best, man. Outside of the ring, you know, like you said, dad, son, brother. I'm nonchalant. I'm always focused on the next business move and trying to, further the brand, take care of the family.
Oh no doubt, man. I hear that, especially the dad route, because anybody who's like seen us, they know that my daughter runs around here all the time, in and out of the pictures, man. So she loves being on these interviews and like seeing people. So it's definitely a trip to be a dad.
It's tough, but it's so rewarding.
It really is. It is the hardest job, but you do get a lot of gratitude out of it. So I definitely can relate.
Man, it's definitely a wake up call for sure.
It's it's funny because I joke with people all the time. Like once they start talking and like taking on mannerisms, then you're like, man, you know what? Like I wish you wouldn't say anything. I just wish you wouldn't say nothing.
I wish you was just Google Gaga still.
Yeah, just you know what? Back in the bassinet, just chilling there, just laying there while I'm playing Call of Duty. Yeah. Like that's where you should be.
Sleep half the damn day. Yeah, back to those days.
So I'm curious, man. Like, what brought you into the business?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I've always been a fan of wrestling. Like growing up, I watched it when I was younger and stuff like that. And I came across backyard wrestling when I was younger, probably like 12, 11, 12. And, I just felt like, I was like, those guys are doing it. They're probably a little older than me. So I'm going to try it. So I, started my own backyard wrestling company or whatever, and was recording it, putting it on YouTube and stuff. We grew some decent traction and shit like that, man. And I seen the same dude that inspired me to like start backyarding. It was the same guy that went pro. And I was like, I can fucking do it too. Cause I've always wanted to do it at first, but I never like, it's like, these guys was pretty big. Like, I don't know if I'll be, fit for the job, but I seen, people that inspired me were going that route. And I was like, it's time for me to step up and do that.
Yeah, it's crazy because like
But I've always been
I'll say it's crazy for me because I'm like I'm old and I'm just starting in. So I legit am turn 36 this year, and I was like, you know what? If DDP can do it, I can do it too, and I'm going to.
definitely can do it. It's honestly everything is a mindset. People like psych themselves out of stuff like that. Oh, I'm this. I'm too old. I'm too that. This instead of going after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm curious, man. Like, so now we know, like, Myron has been this like innovator doing the backyard scene, getting to the levels. And I've been watching you for a couple of years now. So I've been watching you just grow into who you are. So I'm very curious though, like, what's been the worst bump you've taken though?
Ooh, man, I had a match. I think I wasn't even a year in. It was probably like 6 to 8 months in, and you could probably find it on Botchamania, man. I was diving off this balcony, and this was like I wasn't even half a year in. I don't think maybe 6 to 8 months, and I went to dive and nobody was there, so I had to like catch my fall, but like I like rotated and kaplow on the concrete, but I saved my fall, but it still hurt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you could probably find it on Botchamania. I'm pretty sure it's on there. This is probably the first time I was on there too, and I was proud of it too. I was proud of it back. I was proud of being on Botchamania back.
I made it.
Yeah, I made it.
Yes. So I'm curious, man. Okay, so from like the worst bump, then like what's been like the hardest hit you've ever been in a ring?
Bump in the ring.
No, like the hardest hit, like with single shot.
I don't hit bump. Hit. Probably the one when you're like selling up and they're like coming full force. Boot, super kick, enziguri. Those all suck.
Yeah, I can attest to that too. That's not
I'm
fun.
trying to think who like I don't know. Top, yeah, I don't know who off top who like gives the hardest kicks or whatever. But like I know for a fact Aaron Williams definitely is one of the guys that give the hardest kicks because I remember I was like a year in and we had a match at IWA and he had me on the ropes. He was giving me chest kicks. Dude, I passed out. He was like, "Dude, you okay?" Passed out straight out. Gave me like 3 of them. I was like, "Sleep." Like Jesus.
Oh
I got a
my.
looping thing. Hey, but I got up and finished the match and remembered how that happened. Yeah, he definitely. I took a little mid.
That's not good. That's when you realize you're like, yeah, that was tough. I always laugh because like I had
Yeah,
a friend who
definitely.
I had a friend who got knocked out and he was still fighting, and for like 40 minutes he had no idea what happened, and I was like, yeah, I can imagine that sucks.
You know, yeah, yeah.
So aside from all that kind of stuff, like I'm just curious, man, like after your match, because I know some people, some workers, they don't like to eat before the shows, but they have like these big ass meals after. So I'm curious, what's your post match meal?
Honestly, usually for me, post match is getting home. So like, I'll probably stop. Like if it's something like quick that's like drive through from a show, especially from driving. If it's something to drive through, yes. But if like I'm flying there and I'm staying overnight, like and I don't fly back till the next day, it just depends on what they have, like where I'm at. I'm asking the promoter like, what's the best like stuff you got? Like I'm I want something good to eat, especially when I'm away from home, because I don't want to eat something that I can just go home and eat, you know.
Oh no, yeah, I definitely can relate to that. I judge, I judge all my favorite spots by if I can make it better than they can, and if I can, then I don't eat there. All right,
Pretty
man.
much.
So I'm curious, man. Like, what kind of advice would you give to up and coming wrestlers?
Um, honestly, it's gonna be rough. You're gonna feel like at times that you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna feel like you're not doing enough or you're not enough, but you are. It's just be consistent, and you got to work harder than the next man because you want to be the best you could possibly be. So you just got to tackle everything you want to tackle, and you can't just say, you got to actually do it.
That man, I appreciate that. That's some great advice. I'm curious though. I do need one do and one don't of the locker room.
Oh, if you see if you see someone, that I don't know, even if you admire them or whatever, but if you see a big WWE name guy or somebody that's done a lot in the business and they're in the locker room, don't press them for pictures and stuff like that. That's one thing that I be saying. I'm like, don't do that. Because I had friends that did that and they, you know, but like, as far as do, be respectful, just um, be aware of everybody else. Um, and wash your ass, man. Some people have some people have trouble doing that, but wash your ass. You know, definitely wash your ass in your gear. Try to at least. Um, that's all I got for you right now. I mean, there's
No,
other
that's
little stuff.
yeah. I was like, no, that's great because yeah, I feel like that should be like the one thing like people should be doing is just hygiene. Like just wash yourself, make your clothes smell good too.
Yeah, definitely. People talk.
Oh yes, I've heard
He's
stories.
stinky man right there.
All right, man. Well, that is all like kind of like the heart heavy hitting questions that I do have for you. But
Okay.
we do have the second best segment in the 3 Count podcast whole entire scenario. The first being the Red Dog Power Rankings, which we could talk about that at another time. But this is the 3 Count podcast, 10 count questions, and here's how it works. I'm gonna fire off 10 questions at you, rapid fast. It's whatever first comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna put on an imaginary timer, and here we go. It's a Friday night. What are you doing?
Playing 2K or edit videos.
Favorite movie?
Ah, fuck. I'm gonna just say Friday.
It's a great movie. Marvel or DC?
Oh, fuck, Marvel.
Favorite board game?
Monopoly. Monopoly.
Hey. PlayStation or Xbox?
Shit. PlayStation.
Favorite animal?
Dog. Dog. Dog.
All right. It's college basketball season. Louisville or Memphis?
Louisville. 100%.
Favorite podcast?
3 Count.
That's right. Nominate one person that you want to see on this podcast.
Ooh. Jordan Oliver.
That's right. And then last but not least, my favorite question asked every single person that comes on this show, favorite curse word.
Shit.
That's right. It has to, right? Like that's how it works.
Yeah, it's definitely my most used one too.
All right. Well, that's all like the questions I do have for you. The only thing I just need from you now is to just, let our listeners and our viewers know where they can find you.
Hell yeah. Follow me. You can follow me on all forms of social media. It's reads.world on Instagram, Facebook Myron Reed, and Twitter it's the Bad Read. I made that when I was a backyarder. That was my backyard wrestling name. But yeah, the Bad Read on Twitter, and yeah, honestly, that's it.
Bet.
Oh! I'm dropping an album, Bangers Forever 2. Bangers Forever 2 is dropping. I'm thinking the first week of May.
Awesome. That's something I didn't know. I'm intrigued by this. We might have to talk about this more after this
Oh yeah,
podcast.
definitely. It's gonna be sick, bro. It's gonna be sick.
But that's it, man. So that's everything that we have for you guys. And guys, thank you for joining us. This is the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. And as I said, I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller. But it's not about me because this is Now Entering with the hot fire, the young goat, Myron Reed. So you guys know what to do. Tune into the next episode and be there, or you just wait till the end of this episode and you listen to the next one. Peace. What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3 Count _ pod, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3 Count pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give a subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm / the 3 Count podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3 Count podcast also has merchandise. Oh! At prowrestlingtees.com / the 3 Count pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So, show us some support, please.